Hello, everyone out in LinkedIn world. This is Pete DeMeo with the Hotel Marketing Podcast powered by Travel Boom. And today we're talking about 60 seconds to success. Now, 60 seconds to success is when I have just 1 minute on the clock to share a tip or trick that's going to make your hotel marketing much more effective. Now, today it's coming to us from episode 231 of the Hotel Marketing Podcast, which you can listen to by going to travelboommarketing.com/podcast and clicking on episode 231, or since this is LinkedIn, down in the description is a link to the podcast as well. But today's 60 seconds is going to be a good one. I want you to listen up and we'll talk about it right after the clock stops. And here we go. Let's set the timer and see if I can actually get this done before the timer goes off. Here we go. All right. So today's 60 seconds is Google's Optimize. Google Optimize is a phenomenal A/B testing platform that's completely free to use, and it's something that every marketer should be using to make their website more effective and your conversion rate improve. Here's the caveat. Google Optimize is sunsetting on September 30th, which means after that date, you can no longer use it. All your data is going to be removed and no longer accessible. So get your A/B testing done now while it's free, because moving on after September 30th, you're going to have to use VWO, Crazy Egg, or one of the other many platforms out there that will help you optimize your website with some convenient A/B testing. So don't miss this one. Get your free test in while you still can. And look at that. I didn't even have to finish it. I actually made it through the whole recording without hearing the buzzer, which is always nice. So let's talk about that a little bit. With GA4 coming out, and if you haven't already gotten your site completely integrated with Google Analytics 4 and moved away from Universal Analytics, you're a little bit behind the power curve on this one. You need to get that done. With that said, you still have time. Google's Universal Analytics is still good through about the first half of the year, but after that, they say that they're going to completely rely on Google Analytics 4 or GA4. I have a feeling that they're going to have to extend that deadline simply because far too many people have not gotten implemented with GA4, and what that means is it's going to be really hard for them to shut everything off with the sheer number of marketers who have kind of ignored them on this one. But you never know. Google is the 800-pound gorilla. If they say they're shutting it off, they can do so. I wouldn't leave it a chance, and I'd make sure you get your analytics set up. So with that, while you have your analytics getting set up, also look at Google Optimize, because it really is a great tool to use. In episode 231, we were talking about A/B testing and 5 easy tests that you can run on your website that don't require any investment whatsoever. So check that out. A lot of that does rely on simple A/B testing platforms like Google Optimize, Microsoft Clarity, and a lot of the other tools that are out there, including Chrome's own Lighthouse tool that lets you see what Google sees in terms of indexing your website. Again, very important. Make sure you're spending the time optimizing your website now, because if you don't, you're going to be in big trouble. A lot of great articles about the sunsetting of Google Optimize. Search Engine Land has a phenomenal one. Google's own press release has a good one. And if you just Google it or Bing it if you want to, you're going to find a ton of great resources that help you transition, 1, away from Google Optimize after you run your free test, but then 2, also what you need to do in terms of making sure that you're set up for GA4, because the future is now, old man, as they used to say on Malcolm in the Middle. So get used to it. It's exciting. And if you want to keep listening, once this LinkedIn episode is over, we're going to be over on the podcast. We'd love to have you join us just by going over there, travelboommarketing.com/podcast, and click on episode 231. If you have anything that you'd like for us to dive into for these LinkedIn episodes, leave us a comment or reach out to us at podcast@travelboommarketing.com. With that said, and looking at my watch, I need to get over to the podcast because everybody's waiting for me over there, and I hope I see you as well. With that, Travel Boom is out.